I am so excited to talk with you about what the plan for this year's 7th grade homeschooling year is going to look like using Abeka's homeschool curriculum, their parent-led approach. So if you followed me before, you know that we have done the Abeka Academy for the past 3 years. This year, we decided to go with a parent-led approach, mostly because it was the feedback that we were getting from our kids as to what they wanted to do this year. We tested it out with our curriculum last year by substituting the video lessons with us. So math, my husband has been taking over for the past 2 years. So they would reference like the math video lessons, but mostly it was my husband doing the teaching in that aspect. And when it came to reading, I ended up taking over that too. My son really was enjoying that, and he expressed that he would rather complete the lessons with us than with the videos. So we decided to test this out a little bit to see if this was something that was attainable, if it was something that we could actually do it long term. So the second half of the 6th grade year last year, we started little by little plucking and doing it in this format, and it seemed to work well. Moving forward, we are going to test the full-on parent-led mode, even though we're not getting like all the bunch of lesson plans because we didn't feel that was necessary. We did buy the entire student kit and the answer keys that do come separately to, the quiz, the tests, any answer key that we thought it was like super essential, we did buy that. However, we do have a plan in case this becomes a little bit too overwhelming for us this year. So we know for sure that math is going to be my husband doing it. Literature and composition is going to be me. That is my jam. I could teach that all day long and be okay. So I will be doing that with him in the afternoons when I come home from work. And then my husband is going to continue doing grammar and science. My husband is science is his world. So he feels very confident with that. There is one subject that we're a little bit uneasy in, and that is history. So we have a plan. If it becomes so overwhelming where, we really can't manage to do this with our working schedule, we are going to then purchase the history video lessons. So we do have that backup plan in case we start doing this and we realize we're in over our heads. When it comes to Bible this year, we feel like our son has gotten such a strong biblical foundation for the past 3 years. And now we want him to really use that Bible time instead of doing the video lessons to create devotions. We want him to foster his relationship with God. And so we did purchase a devotional series from Not Consumed. I started using them in January when I did devotions with the kiddos in the weekends. This summer, we paused our Heart Series 1. We started doing My Brother's Keeper from Not Consumed because I felt like I needed some help, some direction with the whole sibling rivalry. They're at the age where on purpose, they're getting on each other's nerves. Like, they do it for fun. And I remember being that age because I did it too, So I just felt like I needed some guidance this summer to work with them on that with a biblical foundation. So I have found that series good, and the kids have found it really, really relatable. So we went ahead and got the Grow series for our son to do instead of his Bible, as his devotion every day. This is going to be him doing it, building that habit of having time with God. These devotions are guided, so it will help them kind of build that time, read the word, think about it, digest it. We just think that is going to be great for our son this year. Something that we feel is needed. Something else that we're implementing this year just to support writing and get in the habit of writing, because in order for you to become a fluent writer, you really need to have that practice of composing. And since this is not an area that my son really likes, he can do it, but he's never been like, oh my goodness, I love writing. Something that I am implementing for both of our kids are daily journals, and these are going to be risk-free. Like, I'm not looking for grammar or punctuation. I want them to get in the mindset of, here's a prompt and write. Don't freak out about grammar. Don't freak out about, your handwriting. I want you to just write what comes to your mind. Now, if as you're writing, it comes to your mind that, oh, you need to put a period here, then put that period there. But I'm implementing this daily journaling to promote that flow of ideas. Something that I'm doing is I've created these writing folders, and we are going to be putting our writing in there. Is just gonna help us keep everything all in one space. This is something that I also used to do with my students. As a 6th grade teacher, they had a writing folder, and in their writing folder, they kept their writing pieces, and they kept the piece that they were working on, and they could always refer back to what they had done before and how they had performed, and use that to help them compose their new piece. I just love being able to grow on what you are already good at and continue adding on to that. An interactive reading notebook was something that I always used to implement in my classroom as a 6th grade teacher. So when my son became a 6th grader, I started implementing all my goodies that I had from when I was a 6th grade teacher. So pretty much whatever skills we were touching on with our curriculum, we would do this foldable. I had bought this whole kit years ago on Teachers Pay Teachers of foldables that you can use for note taking. So whenever we came to a new concept, we would put that in there, and then we would reinforce it with our reading. And then later on, when the concept was again touched on in another reading selection, we were able to quickly refer back to our notebook, and voila, there it was. I'm doing something similar to writing as well. So the notebook that I chose last year for this was a 3-subject notebook, and I did this because I didn't want this to be a 1-year and done thing. I actually wanted this to be a resource that he can carry throughout his years of homeschooling. So we have a reading one. I'm gonna add a writing one in there, and then I'm thinking the last one is going to be a nonfiction one. Even though in the reading one that we started last year, we did do skills related to fiction and nonfiction elements, but we'll just go with it. See where it takes us. For physical education this year, we are going to do swimming lessons for him. This summer, I signed them both up for swimming lessons, and our son just fell in love with it. He embraced those lessons so much. He was focused. He was really trying to better every single skill every single time that he said, "Mom, can I please continue to take swimming lessons?" And we're like, you know what? This can be something that we do as your physical education. So he is going to be doing swimming lessons at our local Y, and he will be doing them weekly. I think it's like 2 or 3 times a week. I have to check the schedule, but that's what we're doing for phys ed. If you guys have any ideas or anything that you do to fulfill like that physical education requirement, go ahead and share that in the comments. I'd love to know what is it that you are doing as well. Now, things that we are keeping the same for the 7th grade year. We're still using Abeka as our main curriculum. I absolutely love Abeka. It is honestly so perfect for my family. So we are not looking to change that curriculum. We are continuing to use the binder system. So I shared a video showing you guys how I set up my son's 7th grade homeschool binder for the Abeka curriculum. That system works so well. It is honestly the most efficient way, in my opinion, to keep track of everything in the curriculum, and it's the least overwhelming one. So we're keeping that. Our daughter's in 2nd grade is keeping the same thing. If you want to see how I set that up, go ahead and check the video. I'll link it in the description below. Our son now is an Awana leader, and he takes so much pride in that, which is huge, especially since he's an introvert, and being in front of audiences and other people really caused a lot of anxiety for him, which is one of the big issues that he was having when he was in traditional school. He didn't like school because of that aspect. But with Awana, he's been there since he was 5. And last year, they offered him, did he want to continue being one of the TNTs, or if he wanted to be a leader. And I was so surprised when he chose to be a leader. He said, I'll be a leader. My mind was like, I was like, no way. It made my heart just so proud that he found something that he felt comfortable enough in to be a leader and to kind of like show the other kids how things are done. So proud of him for that. He's really looking forward to that. He loves Awana, and he's already counting down when is it that Awana starts, which is going to start here in, I think it's mid-September or later on in September, and it runs all the way through April. As the year goes on and changes happen and we find out things work or things didn't work, I will keep you guys posted on that. I'm a learner, and I love learning from you as much as you love learning from me. Feel free to post your plans in the comments below, or you can send me a message via Instagram at JoyfulJessie, or you can send me an email and just let me know who you are. I always get so excited when I get messages and comments and emails. Like, that fills up my cup so much. It just gives you so much encouragement, and makes me happy to learn from you. Like, get to know you a little bit better. That means so much to me. If you have found value in this video, please do me a favor and like, subscribe, and share. And make sure to check out this next homeschooling video. I'll see you next time. Bye.